truly believe that college is like the breeding ground for the enemy. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
devil's like, oh yeah, fresh meat. You go to college, all right? And so just kind of walk us through your college experience. Like, what were some of the things? First of all, what was something that you liked the most with your college experience?
Mm, the most, because I came from a military background, my parents made me do ROTC in high school. I hated it. I didn't
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah.
But then I realized I was good at it. So it was sort of like a boost to my confidence. And so I continued that journey into college and thought I was actually going to end up going to military. I did not. But I met a lot of my long-term friends through ROTC. I was sort of like the sister of the group.
Yeah.
All of the guys that I came up with through ROTC, and it was genuine friendship. That was something that I didn't have prior to college and being in that space. So a lot of those people, like, they looked out for me. They actually showed me what having just how innocent having a male friend can be, like things out of the ordinary that I wasn't used to. It was really cool to have that bond, those bonds. And I mean, also the partying and having the freedom to go and be and do and getting into stuff, just going to clubs. Everybody wants to go to a club when they turn 18. Everybody wants to go to the parties. And I was so sheltered in high school. And I didn't really, I snuck to a few of the parties in high school. But in college, it was like, I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to call somebody and say, hey, I'm coming home at this time. I was running wild and a little too wild to be honest, but yeah.
I truly believe that college is like the breeding ground for the enemy. Like the devil's like, oh yeah, fresh meat. Like, and so that's where we tend to start, like, a lot of the things even that we weren't doing before, now you have this big world ahead of you where you kind of have, like you said, you have quote unquote what feels like freedom, and you start to explore and just try so many different things and just girl.
A little bit too much.
So so just kind of talk a little bit about your college experience and just the things that you went through.
College was kind of odd because my father, who had raised me, and my mom, they were going through a divorce at that point. And my father and our relationship was strained. So I think I had this piece in me that was just like really hurting, but I was doing everything I could to just stay focused. I've always been a very ambitious go-getter. That's a part of, I think, what made me very prideful at a young age was like anything I went for, I would accomplish it. And I don't know, again, if that was good for me because it probably made me a little conceited and arrogant, but I feel like that's what fueled me. Like, I know if I go for something, I can accomplish it. And so I just zeroed in on school, zeroed in on my goals. I'm going to go to nursing school. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a name for myself on this campus. And so, college was fun. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't regret a lot of the fun that I had. I just wish I had been a bit more responsible and wise in the decisions I was making because I was just a little bit too open to things. Definitely naive when it came to men and dating. And I feel like I shared myself with a bit too many people and not even just in intimate relationships, but like friendships and opening myself up, being too trusting of people in general. I've always had this nature of like, well, if I give this to these people, they'll give that back. And I didn't realize, no, some people will just take and they'll be done, So that was sort of like a big piece of my struggle socially. But with school, I was always focused. I was always going to get it done. I knew that the standard was to finish college. So I never, ever considered letting classes and things fall to the wayside. I always did what I needed to do as far as that goes. That was always the thing that sort of kept me grounded. But when I look back, I really wish that God was the thing that kept me grounded because I was so far from him. By the time I'm in college, like my family's getting divorced. We're not going to church anymore. I don't remember the last time I've read the Bible or I've even been to church. And so I'm just living. I'm getting drunk. I'm dabbling in drugs a little bit at this point. Definitely fornicating, sleeping in and out of relationships and stuff. So it just wasn't the healthiest time in my life, but somehow I trucked through it, you know? Yeah.
And then I know you did say that your roommate ended up joining a sorority or fraternity. Okay, my bad. Yeah. So your roommate ended up joining a fraternity. And so then how did that now spark your interest?
I didn't even really have true, I didn't really have like true exposure to that side of the Black community, like the fraternity and sorority thing. I never really thought that was me. But when I saw him join his fraternity, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like I went to his coming out. They call him probates. I went to his coming out and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I'm proud of him. I thought it was a cool thing, not really knowing like much about it.
Right.
But he did start talking to me and saying like, you would be really like the Deltas. Like, I think that would be a good fit for you. And I was just like, I don't know if that's me. Cause like, I never really had the big group of girlfriends and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I don't really know if that's me. But I started going to the events. I met one and we became acquainted with one another. And I met another one and we became acquainted and cool. And I was like, okay, I'm going to express interest. And before I knew it, girl, they were calling me, asking me to show up here, show up there. I didn't know anything as to like what I was really getting myself into, but I ended up going through the process of pledging this sorority.
Yeah. And then I know you're no longer in the sorority. Yeah. So what made you like kind of come out of that?
So that's the big piece of why I'm here today and why, I felt like it was important I come out and truly talk about this. So in college, I'm 21 years old when I'm pursuing this membership and becoming a part of this organization. I didn't realize the spiritual implications of what I was doing and what we were participating in at the time. I'm young. Like, I'm really not in the Bible like that. I haven't read scripture when it talks about giving oaths and doing rituals and witchcraft and altars and all those things. So because I had this spiritually blind mindset at the time, and I'm just like, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm going to be able to wear these letters and step and stroll and do all these things and connect with all these amazing women. I was just looking at the surface level of what it would mean to be a part of something like that. Right. And the Black community, like, we really do, we hype these organizations. So for me, it was like, a sense of identity was coming to me by joining that. Yeah. And that was something that I lacked as a child. Like, I didn't have that identity, that belonging, that acceptance, and being a part of something prestigious. And so that's why I really wanted to go for that, because I was like, oh, this is going to be good for me, you know? Yeah. And you know how everybody always talks about the connections that you're going to have. Like, oh, again, the mindset of when I set my mind to something, I'm going to do it and I'm going to get it. And I had that same energy with joining the sorority.
Okay.
Yeah.